Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. This is Market Today. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me Shell Bhatnagar. Well, we are into a new week. This is the final trading week of the year 2024 and we will also witness the beginning of the new calendar year in this week itself. We finally saw some signs of Santa rally emerging last week with the Nifty up 1%, the Nifty bank also increasing by about 1% as well. Remember what we've also seen on Friday's trading session is that most of the market segments try to recover the weekly losses as well, with the Nifty ending with gains for the second day in a row as well. The big question is, in this new week, will the Santa Claus rally finally extend itself and can the Nifty claim 24,000 mark in just the last two sessions of 2024? Well, we will have to wait to find that out. But again, there'll be a whole host of cues. While the global cues are still, bogged down by a lot of uncertainties across the globe, the big cues domestically this week will be the auto sales figures as well. And of course, the IPO action is heating up. 3 listings will be taking place today. Hospitality, Sensex Pharmaceuticals and Carraro India. These will be listing today. So there'll be a whole host to discuss and to debate to find out what should be your outlook as far as the markets are concerned for 2025. Good morning, Shed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a fresh week on Dalal Street. Just 2 sessions left today as well as tomorrow for 2024 to bid us goodbye and be a part of history. It's been a phenomenal year for IPOs. It has been a fantastic year for preferential offers as far as the owners are concerned. And it's been a great year if you've been a FII investor. Sakshi, it's an unbelievable number that I'll put forth in front of you, that in 2024, that net foreign institutional investment in India is just 1600 crore rupees. Just 1600 crore rupees. So you can well imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that it is the retail investor that has saved the Nifty. It is the retail investor that has saved the Bank Nifty. If there were no 25 to 40,000 crore rupees coming each month into Indian equities by people like you, me, Sakshi and everybody, then we would have definitely seen Nifty at 12,000, 15,000. So full mark, and I hope that this trend increases dramatically in 2025. Apart from that, Sakshi, we are in the middle of a currency war. You have seen how badly the rupee has behaved, and we've seen consistent record lows of the rupee versus the dollar. And that is a pain point for foreign institutional investors because they have to sell Indian equities at a lower price because of falling markets. Then they have to buy the dollar at a higher price from the RBI and then repatriate it. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, the main reason why FIIs are taking all opportunities to sell Indian equities, and the other reason is the US 10-year yield, now at its highest level since May 2024. The picture is not rosy. Any strong up move that is coming into Indian equities is getting sold into. Only 2 sets of stocks are outperforming, and both of them are export dependent. The rupee, which is at a low, helps pharma companies, and therefore they are in a very strong momentum. Most pharma companies are trading above 20 EMA, as also a lot of IT companies, because a large percentage of their income and profit is dollar denominated. A weak rupee therefore means more profit. So this is the reason why you see an outperformance in pharma and a relative outperformance in the IT stocks. Apart from that, everything is getting trashed. So metals are down, banks are down. What is also perhaps reacting positively and only a little bit is the sectors that are likely to be impacted positively in the budget, which is fertilizer, railway. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be choppy, volatile and very light trade over the last 2 or 3 sessions. Let us just wait for this to end. In the week of January, you will have earnings coming in. Let us hope that the third quarter earnings are better than second quarter ones, and the shave off that we've seen on the Nifty to the extent of about 8.5, 9% from its peak. Many other indices have collapsed 20-25%, and many stocks have corrected up to 40-45%. That provides an opportunities for our foreign friends to buy into, but for the hope, let's be prepared for the worst and keep an eye out on a quality mid cap fund, a quality small cap fund, a quality international fund. Sakshi, on a repeated day, Mafang is hitting record highs. Even when the Nasdaq is creating negative moves. That is because it is the rupee depreciation that is working in the favor of stocks like Mafang ETF and Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100 fund. We are very, very lucky to have suggested them at dirt cheap prices, and for those people who bought into them, well, good luck to you, and let's hope that this rally continues. Sakshi, now tell us what has happened on Wall Street as far as markets are concerned on Friday, and how was the trade there?
Well, we did see some softening on Friday's trading session on Wall Street. All the three indices, they ended in the red. We did see how the Dow Jones, S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, all three of them ended in the negative zone. In trade, 0.7% of a decline for Dow Jones, 1.5% loss on the basis of heavy losses being seen on the tech stocks for the Nasdaq. S&P 500 also dropped by over 1% as well. So there is the softening of the street is what we've seen. Following this, the Asia Pacific markets also opened lower on the second to last trading day of 2024. We've seen China's Shanghai up by about 0.2%. However, Hong Kong's Hang Seng flat with a negative bias. We've also seen that Nikkei was down by about 0.7% this morning. And what we've also seen is that the Kospi, however, managed to pull up about 0.5%. Remember, the nation faced a tragedy on Sunday with its deadliest air disaster that we've seen in South Korea. So, sentiment still improving right there. As far as the GIFT Nifty trends are indicative, cautious start is what we can expect today. 23,972 absolutely flat, but with a positive bias is what we can expect. As far as the flows are concerned, you summed up rightly, Shell, on the FII front, the way they have been just net buyers to the tune of 1,600 crores for this year. Yesterday again, on Friday again, what we've seen, they were the sellers for 9th consecutive session, offloading stocks worth about 1323 odd crores. DIS has stepped in as always throughout 2024. They stayed net buyers for 8th straight session, bought stocks worth about 2,544 odd crore rupees. So when we look at month to date, we've seen FIS sell about 10,444 crores, DIS buying about 27,474 crores. What we've also seen is that till 27th of December, the FIS have net sold 11,009, in fact, 1,19,277 odd crore rupees. This is on a year-to-date basis is what they have sold thus far till 27th of December. Yes, Indian rupee is weakening, and that's something that we will continue to keep an eye out on. 85.54, the lowest against the dollar is what we've seen already. We'll also keep an eye out on some stocks. Of course, we'll look at Reliance Industries. The company has acquired technology-driven, oncology-focused healthcare platform, Kinos, for 375 crores. We'll keep an eye out on that one. Telecom stocks will be in focus. The department has waived the requirement of bank guarantee to be submitted for spectrum auctions held prior to the reform package. Telecom operator Vodafone Idea did mention that this latest relief will boost the 4G and 5G investments in India. Vodafone itself has mentioned that its UK-based Vodafone Group has cleared the dues of around 11,650 odd crore rupees it had raised against the shares of Vodafone Idea. Zydus Wellness will be in focus. The company's arm has received a GST demand of 56 crores. JSW Energy will be in focus. The company, in its biggest ever acquisition, has signed an agreement to acquire O2 Power's green energy platform for $1.5 billion enterprise value deal. NTPC will be in focus. The company is inked a strategic pact with US-based Clean Core Thorium Energy to explore development and deployment of advanced nuclear energy for enriched life. That's something that we will look at too. Apart from this, Max Estates has, the real estate firm has sold luxury residential properties worth 845 crores in Noida among strong demand. What we've also seen is that Hero Motor will be in focus. Two-wheelers company has extended its partnership with Harley Davidson Motors Company to expand the Harley-Davidson X440 into new variants and to develop and manufacture new motorcycles as well. That will be in focus too. Coforge will be in focus. The company's board has approved a scheme of amalgamation of Signity Technologies with Coforge. Currently, Coforge holds 54% of Signity's expanded share capital. Granules India will be in focus. Hyderabad-based US-focused pharma company Granules India now expects its new drug application from its Gagilpur facility in Hyderabad to be approved by the US FDA in the first quarter of the next fiscal year, that's FY26. So these are some of the stocks that I'm looking at, Shell.
8:50, ladies and gentlemen. We'll shortly be joined by Mr. Raghvendra Singh, market expert. He's with us. नमस्ते राघवेंद्र जी, स्वागत आपका। सोमवार का पहला दिन इस हफ्ते का और सिर्फ 2 दिन बचे हैं 2024 में उसकी समाप्ति के लिए। बताइए किस हिसाब से आप सेंटिमेंट देख रहे हैं दलाल स्ट्रीट पर। दिल्ली में तो कड़ाके की ठंड है, क्या वही ठंड आपको दलाल स्ट्रीट पर भी महसूस हो रही है?
शैल जी गुड मॉर्निंग, साक्षी गुड मॉर्निंग। बिल्कुल सही शैल जी, जिस हिसाब से ठंडी दिल्ली में है वैसी ठंडी तो यहाँ पे नहीं है बॉम्बे, पूना और आसपास के एरिया में। लेकिन यस, दलाल स्ट्रीट में थोड़ी ऐसी सुस्ती दिखाई दे रही है जिस हिसाब से असर है। शैल जी देखिए, जिस हिसाब से डेटा बना हुआ है और जिस हिसाब से स्ट्रक्चर है पिछले 3 महीने का, बाजार कहीं ना कहीं ऊपरी स्तरों पे जाकर के जो है वो सप्लाई फेस कर रहा है। इसलिए मुझे लग रहा है कि 24,000 24,200 ये बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग हर्डल है। जब तक ये लेवल क्रॉस नहीं करता तब तक जो है मुझे लगता है बहुत बड़ी तेजी आने की उम्मीद कम है। जिस हिसाब से स्ट्रक्चर बना हुआ है मुझे लग रहा है कि ओवरऑल करीब मैं पिछले 2-3 दिन से मैं देख रहा था कि 500-600 स्टॉक ऐसे हैं जो 200 EMA के नीचे हैं, जो कि ऑलमोस्ट 40% 50% नीचे आ चुके हैं पिछले 3-4 महीनों में। तो ये एक सिग्नल है कि बियर मार्केट का जो एक सबसे बड़ा सिम्टम होता है कि पहले स्टॉक टूटता है बाद में इंडेक्स, तो वैसा ही हुआ कि पिछले 3-4 महीनों में स्टॉक बहुत तेजी से नीचे है। इंडेक्स जो है उतना नीचे नहीं आया। इंडेक्स में देखा जाए तो 10% या मुश्किल से 8-9% के आसपास का जो है गिरावट है। तो मेरे हिसाब से जब तक निफ्टी 24,000 24,200 का लेवल क्रॉस नहीं करता, मुझे लग रहा है कि बाजार में सेल ऑन राइज है। और इन सब नेगेटिव चीजों में एक ही अच्छी चीज है शैल जी कि FIIs का जो रोल ओवर हुआ है, जो डेटा है, उसमें करीब 85% शॉर्ट पोजीशन है और 15% लॉन्ग पोजीशन है। 2020 में जब कोविड आया था उस टाइम पे करीब मुझे याद है कि 8% के आसपास जो है वो लॉन्ग पोजीशन था और 92% शॉर्ट पोजीशन था। तो मोर और लेस अभी भी ज्यादा नहीं, 4-5% का डाउन जो है हो सकता है कि बेचने के लिए बची हुई जगह। तो इसलिए डाउन साइड यहाँ से लिमिटेड है। एक चीज मुझे समझ में आ रही है, अप साइड के लिए हो सकता है निफ्टी 500-1000 पॉइंट, क्योंकि ये जो शॉर्ट कवरिंग आएगी जब ये 85% जो शॉर्ट है जब ये रिलीज होगा तो मुझे लगता है वो थोड़ा सा निफ्टी को 500-1000 पॉइंट ऊपर लेके जा सकता है। बट वो कितना सस्टेन करेगा ये बोल पाना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि हो सकता है कि एक आध हफ्ते भी और इसी रेंज में रहे और बाजार जो है ऊपरी स्तरों पे जो है थोड़ा सप्लाई फेस कर रहा है और निचले स्तरों पे मुझे लगता है 24,500 24,600 ये एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट जोन है। जब तक ये लेवल होल्ड कर रहा है बाजार में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
Very good morning to you, Raghavendra ji. Good to have you with us. Season's greetings for the upcoming new year. Tell us what is your big bang expectation from the new year now? After, net, we are 9% up this year. Of course, last 3 months spoiled the mood for the Nifty. But we were going pretty strong thus far and with resilience. But again, the coming in new year will have a lot of overhangs. US, Donald Trump will be taking office. The way he shapes up things will be important to look at. Budget will be coming up. Earnings will be coming up as well. At least the first quarter, how are you really looking at with the Nifty? Is it going to be still very volatile? Do we have some more downside to see from here? What exactly is your expectation?
Sakshi, very good morning. Sakshi, देखिए, as far as Nifty is concerned, as I said, 23,600, 23,500 is a very strong base. 24,000, 24,200, there is a small gap. Once we break and close above that level, 24,200, then we can see a sharp rally up to 24,800, 24,900. The FIIs and DIIs, the long and short ratio is 85 and 15, which is again, giving me a strong conviction that we can see a sharp short covering in next week or maybe in the next month. बट मुझे लग रहा है ऊपरी स्तर पे देखिए आप, जब तक कि डॉलर स्ट्रेंथ नहीं होता, जब तक कि यूएस मार्केट में इन्फ्लेशन को लेके जो कंसर्न है, जो फेड की जो नीतियां हैं, वो आपका जो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट को लेकर के, जब तक वो क्लियर नहीं होता है, मुझे लगता है ये थोड़ा सा मुश्किल रहेगा और आने वाले समय में जो है ये दिक्कत कर सकता है.
Well, 8:53, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 7 minutes to go as far as the pre-open markets are concerned. राघवेंद्र जी, एक दो स्टॉक्स पर चर्चा कीजिए जहां पर आपको स्ट्रेंथ दिख रही है, खासकर फार्मा के क्षेत्र में. कहां तेजी, कहां बहुत तेजी फार्मा में?
शायद जी देखिए, डॉक्टर रेड्डी है, मुझे लगता है वो डॉक्टर रेड्डीज में थोड़ी सी मुझे लगता है स्ट्रेंथ दिख रही है. और इसके बाद सन फार्मा जो है, इसने बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट दिया है, तो सन फार्मा भी एक स्टॉक है जो मुझे लग रहा है कि एक अच्छा खासा तेजी दे सकता है. तो ये दो स्टॉक हैं जो मुझे लग रहा है कि दोनों स्टॉक में जो तेजी हो सकती है.
Okay. Raghavendra ji, another space, IT, is something that I wanted to understand. How are you really looking at that? You know, the rupee is at a record low. Again, like I said, Donald Trump's comments first after he assumes office will be the first trigger for us to really look at. And of course, the earnings will be important for us to watch out for. Is IT space, is the risk reward still in place, or do you think right now, because of the elevated valuations and the uncertainties, there could still be a no-go area?
IT, due to the weakening in rupees, I think IT companies can deliver a good result maybe in this quarter and next quarter. But मुझे लग रहा है overall IT में there is a possibility of the profit booking, because we have seen a very robust rally in last 2 to 3 months. अब यहाँ से थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है एक जो है वीकनेस का सिग्नल मिल रहा है. सो मुझे लगता है कि आईटी में थोड़ी सी अभी सेलिंग और कंटिन्यू हो सकती है. आईटी इंडेक्स 43,700 के आसपास है. There is a small stop loss of 4,300. We can keep a stop loss of 4,300, and we can hold the IT stocks once this level break and close below 43,000 level. Then again we can expect 39,000 level on the lower side in the Nifty IT index.
Okay, and 8:56, 4 minutes left. Raghavendra ji, what is your view on auto stocks? Finally, some momentum on the long side is returning to escorts. In particular, Tata Motors is showing signs of bottoming out. What are the medium-term charts of auto telling you? Is the worst over? And one favorite pick, please.
Definitely, शायद मुझे लगता है कि अभी ये ऑटो इंडेक्स, ऑटो स्टॉक्स आर in the in the mood to get some upside rally from here, because we have seen a strong rollover in the entire auto stocks, like Eicher Motor, Tata Motor, Bajaj Auto. We have seen 92% of the rollover in the entire sector. Now we are expecting a strong upside rally in the month of January, क्योंकि जो वर्स्ट था वो खत्म हो गया. मुझे लग रहा है यहाँ से थोड़ी एक अच्छी खासी रैली मिलनी चाहिए. So again, all auto stocks are looking good except Tata Motor. Tata Motor again, the structure is not good. I think 30% 40% के आसपास फॉल हो चुका है. The best stock in the auto sector is Mahindra and Mahindra and the Eicher Motor. Both stocks are looking good on the chart, and I think Mahindra and Mahindra have potential to touch 3130, 3170 on the chart. Eicher Motor 5000 level. ये दोनों लेवल जब तक ब्रेक होते हैं दोनों स्टॉक्स में, उसके बाद अपसाइड की रैली और अच्छी आएगी.
Okay, so that's as far as the auto space is concerned. Raghavendra, something that even Shell was alluding to earlier, we've been discussing the way these pre-budget positionings is happening, in rail-based defense. These stocks are again garnering some favor. Brokerage houses are again coming up with newer notes on defense yet again after the recent consolidation has played out too. Your own sense on the erstwhile favorite pockets of railways and defense? Is it the time to again, start lapping up onto our positions in this space?
Absolutely, Sakshi, because there is a budget, on I think 1st February and Saturday. So NSE, BSE, both exchanges are opening. So I think we can expect some, blockbusting announcement from the finance minister. So I think railway, defense, they are the budget theme, and I think the entire sector is already down 30 uh, 35% इन द रिसेंट टर्म. इतना नीचे होने के बाद मुझे लगता है डेफिनेटली यहाँ से एक अपसाइड बनता है. ये जितने भी डिफेंस और रेलवे स्टॉक्स हैं या फिर जो PSUs हैं. So all these stocks are looking good. We can definitely bet for budget. But again, there is a high chance कि बाजार अभी यहाँ से थोड़ा सा कंसोलिडेशन में जाए, थोड़ा वेट करे, तो बहुत ज्यादा मुझे नहीं लगता कि अपसाइड है. लेकिन डेफिनेटली देयर इज अ स्ट्रांग buzz on the street that that we can expect some surprise announcement in the budget regarding the income tax slab and maybe some other things. So that can push the all PSUs or ये जो defense or railway stocks on the higher side.
Sakshi, I think the pre-budget momentum has started to build in, and lots of meetings are happening in Delhi within the industry associations and the finance ministry. And I think one thing is being put across, and without any, how should I say, sugarcoating, that this higher incidence of tax on the middle class is responsible for the slowdown. There are barely any money left because all of us are saving a lot through the mutual fund route, and of course given the stagnant nature of salaries, given the fact that inflation has skyrocketed, there is barely any money left for buying anything which is consumption related. Be that as it may, the numbers are with us, and I have this magic wand. If I had it, I would shut the market today 250 points higher, 260 points higher. 24,000 is with us. आज कल छुट्टी और 2 तारीख को फिर we could have convened, but life is not so good. But let us see what is bringing this confidence into the market. Raghvendra ji is laughing at me. 26.75 rupees higher on HDFC Bank, 1825. I'll take it any day. Okay, but this is not going to stick. Probably we'll have a negative open. TCS 32 rupees lower, 4132. L&T 27 rupees lower, 3581. Kotak Bank 9 rupees lower, 1754. What is in the green? Tata Motors 7.5 rupees higher, 758. SBI more than 10 rupees higher, 810. ITC is the stock to watch for the next 20 days. Please keep an eye out it on the long side. You will see a record high fairly soon. 1 rupee 90 higher, 481. Reliance 4 rupees higher, Infosys 10 rupees higher. The Nifty is flat now, 31 points higher. Let's shift focus to NSE 500 and see where the action is. Okay, Cochin Shipyard 4.5% higher, 1600. You have Cyient Limited 1.5% higher, 1959. What's in the green? JSW Energy. There has been an announcement recently, 8% higher, 675. This is news driven. Cholamandalam Investment and Finance 10% higher, 1313. You have PTC Industries 3.6% higher, 14,022. Indegene 3% higher, 619. So these are the stocks that we are watching at. A very quick look into F&O, and then we'll again head back to Raghvendra. Most active M&M, okay, 3.5% lower, 2950. Tata Motors a percent higher, 756. Asian Paints in the green, Tata Power in the green, Indian Hotels and Oro Pharma in the green. The Nifty is now 85 points lower. We'll wait for it to settle, and we are also hoping that Vaishali Parekh is with us. Yes, she is. Vaishali Parekh, VP Technical Research and Analysis at Prabhudas Leeladhar, joins us on the show. Good morning to you and a very warm welcome, Vaishali. One or two stocks that you can highlight which will do well in today's trade, or do we just enjoy Christmas and New Year cheer? And it's very cold in Delhi. You're very welcome here. Heaters are on, and even a bit of koila is on. The weather is fantastic. We'd happily chat over markets.
Very good morning to all of you. Yes, you rightly said it's time to enjoy the vacation rather than getting into the market. It's nothing much to offer right now. But well, in the cash counter, there are few stocks which look quite promising. One of them is DCX. If you have a look on Friday, DCX did give a breakout on daily chart, and it has got decent volume. So this is one of the stocks that I am looking at, and I think if we see a sustenance about 355 levels, this can go towards 380 to 390. And the other stock which I'm looking at is Medico Remedies. I just saw the stock before coming on this meet, and I think this stock also looks quite interesting. It is shown good two bullish candles since a couple of days. The movement have started right from 49 levels, and I think if this momentum continues, it is likely to go towards 62, 63. So yes, these two stocks to my liking.
Okay, very good morning to you, Vaishali. Season's greetings to you. I hope the new year turns out to be a fantastic one for you, both personally, professionally, for your clients as well. 248 points down in the pre-open trade right now, 23,567. It's again getting very, very volatile in the pre-open trade right here. If I ask you if there are any, safe havens to still stay in the markets, what would those be in terms of sectors?
Very good morning, Sakshi, first of all, and best wishes to you also. So, as Shelji just mentioned about ITC, that also is one of the stocks which I constantly look at. So, this is, I think, it hardly gets affected by the market volatility. I mean, it moves on its own accord. And technically, also, I think 465 acts as a very good support. It's at a make or break level, 485 levels. Once it sustains above that, I think gradually we will look at 500, 520. And overall, if you see index wise, I think pharma and IT index are still quite all right. So some of the stocks can be chosen from these two sectors.
Okay.
Right, and Vaishali, I need to point out that again you were missing in that event that was supposed to that was taking place in Delhi over the weekend. Very good discussion on technicals. I wish you were there, but maybe some other time. Another thought in the pharma space, as far as longer term charts are concerned, stocks that show strength, and where do you see relative weakness in pharma? What should be avoided?
So, well, stocks with positive bias, I would still look at Sun Pharma because that is one of the stocks which is quite comfortable at these levels. And I think avoiding, I think Aurobindo Pharma, those stocks will be quite high beta as compared with market sees some corrective move. Then these are the stocks which can take a beating. So preference would be on Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy. But let's wait it out because so far there is no indicator showing any negative bias even in Oro Pharma.
Okay, got that. Well, we'll also take a view on some of these capital markets related stocks, Vaishali. Stocks like KFintech, for instance, last 1 month has been fantastic for it. Are you looking positively even now on this one, or anything else also within this space really catches your attention afresh?
KFin actually, we would say that yes, it is showing strength, but I would say to those who have bought it at lower levels, keep a stop loss of 1470. Um, Besides that, I am looking at KPIT, I'm looking at many of the stocks are quite good. Look, we have spoken about Paytm, KPIT. These are the stocks which I think KPIT technology also looks pretty good to me at these levels.
Okay,
Okay.
the markets have settled. The Nifty flat, down 16. The Nifty bank is trying to open 55 points lower. Like I said, it's going to be choppy, volatile, and thin trade. Nothing much expected, just sideways move, maybe range bound as far as the Nifty is concerned. You'll see pockets of action in IT, strong action in pharma, and of course, the railway focused stocks and all the budget focused stocks will do well. Let's just take a detour into pharma and see how they're opening. In terms of gainers, Ipca Labs 1% higher, 1648. Laurus Labs a percent higher, 591. In the green, Biocon, Granules, Mankind, Aurobindo Pharma. All of them, the decent stocks in the pharma space are doing pretty well. Let's shift focus to Rail, let us see if there are any outperformers in the morning trade. Nothing that I can see as far as Titagarh in the green, Tex Rail in the green, Kernex in the green, nothing much. How about defense? They should be doing well. Okay, Cochin Shipyard 1.7% higher, Paras a percent higher, nothing much there. A favorite stock in the defense space, Vaishali, what looks good?
So right now I'm looking at Garden Reach. That is in the process of making higher bottom. Friday's candle was very convincing, very promising. Volume also there has been a good surge. So I would say 1520 acts as a very good support. And in all likelihood, once the stock moves above 1820, 1830, I think there is a lot of scope for this stock going towards 2400, 2500. So this is one of the stocks. And of course, HAL also looks very promising in the front line.
HAL and Garden Reach. Okay, got that. Let's go across to Raghavendra then. Pre-opening trade has settled with the Nifty at 23,796. FMCG Pharma could be opening a tad bit higher, along with some gains that could be coming in on PSU banks, small caps, and maybe metals, which is absolutely flat. But rest of the market could also be opening lower in trade. Let's discuss FMCG with you, Raghavendra. Your sense on the entire space right now, do you think the markets are yet again attempting to go towards the defensives in this volatility, and should that be the strategy as well?
Absolutely, Sakshi. I think the kind of scenario we are entering into, the market is waiting on the defense side stocks. So defensive stocks, especially FMCG and Pharma. So again, FMCG, Godrej, Agrovet, I think Godrej, I think this stock is looking good. Apart from this, ITC, uh, ITC, HUL, Nestle. I think these 3-4 stocks are taking a good upside rally, and I think ITC is one of the stock which I think is hovering around 480, 470 level from past few months. Now it is time to give a breakout on the higher side, and I think ITC can touch 500 plus level maybe in next 15-20 days. So FMCG, definitely FMCG and the Pharma is the bet in the current market scenario.
Yes. ITC is worth discussing for two reasons. The record date for the planned stock split, which is the availability of ITC hotels for ITC shareholders, draws near. The ratio is 1:10. For every 10 shares of ITC that you hold, you will get one share of ITC hotels, and at 480 is where ITC is. All-time high is 525 that we saw on 27th of September. So there is some hope in the market that you will see a very sharp move coming into ITC. Also, hotels are very heavy in demand as far as Indian economy is concerned. ITC Hotels is India's third largest chain in terms of number of hotels offered, and therefore there will be a run for ITC for those who want to get into a quality hotel stock. Remember, about 25 years ago, ITC actually merged the hotels business into itself. It was a listed player, and life comes to a full circle. Now they are demerging hotels into a separate listed entity. Vaishali, your view on ITC?
So I would say buy the stock with 460 as support and look for a target of 520.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as ITC is concerned. Let's look at some of the other pockets also that warrant attention. In the broader markets, are there any stocks that you could be looking at? Suven Life Sciences probably could be hinting at a positive start. Burnpur Cement, that's also opening higher. Umax Limited, Prozone Realty, Uma Exports. These are some of the stocks that could be opening higher. Let's discuss the cement space as well. A lot of action that's been taking place on this space, Raghavendra. Mergers, acquisitions, and therefore the entire space is in thick action. And we've always seen Jan to March as a positive quarter for the infra as well as the cement space. Your top stocks here, what would you look at?
Ultratech Cement. Ultratech Cement is looking good on the chart, and the India Cement. Both stocks are looking good. I think Ultratech Cement definitely is a stock where I think it can touch 11,700, 12,000 level on the card. And India Cement 375. It is hovering around 375, 370 level. Now stock a potential to touch 395, 400 level on in the month of January. So I think these two stocks are looking good on the chart. One can definitely buy this with the stop loss of 11,000 in the Ultratech Cement and 365 in the India Cement.
9:14, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now wait for the market to begin its numbers on Monday. Remember, there is likelihood of a lot of NAV rebalancing happening on the last two sessions. December 31st will be the close of the quarter, the close of the calendar 2024. So mutual funds would want to end it on a quality note. Foreign institutional friends are on leave. You can well make out from the kind of volatile and light trade that is happening in the market. So let us hope for something better to emerge in stocks on Monday and Tuesday. Those that are in favor are from the pharma in the IT space, mainly on account of rupee depreciation. There is hope for stocks such as Hero Motors, such as JSW Energy, and counters such as Eicher Motors, as also Mahindra and Mahindra escorts for prices to come in. Okay, we have the opening quotes as far as markets are concerned, and let's look at how the individual stocks are opening. JSW Energy 668. You have a strong move coming into right from the very start at India VIX, 0.5% higher, 13.8. The index has opened Nifty 33 points lower, 23,780, and of course you have the Bank Nifty 104 points lower at 51,231. This is what I see on my prices immediately. Strong moves coming into Lupin 22.45. There is Manappuram Finance in the green, Laurus in the green, and of course a strong move coming into Adani Enterprises. So these are the stocks that are clicking in the green from the very start. Vaishali, anything that you'd like to do?
I'll wait.
Got that. Let's look at the markets and as to how they have opened in the morning trading session. Barring the FMCG, pharma and the consumer durables, rest all of the sectors are lower in trade. Now 23,775 for the Nifty alone. The Nifty Bank is also down by 0.2% at 51,212. Broader markets also down by about 0.2% for the small cap index in the trade right now, and the mid cap is also down by 0.1% in trade. So it's a weaker start for the markets. And the advanced declines ratio is also skewed towards the declines at this point in time. India VIX is now up 3.5%, 13.6. That talks about how the volatility is continuously rising. Only the defensives now, FMCG and pharma, looking at some minor gains coming in on the Nifty. The top movers are Adani Enterprises, 2.2% higher. Adani Ports, 0.6% up. Bharti Airtel, ITC. Then you also have stocks like Hero Moto, Nestle, Ultratech Cement, NTPC, ICICI Bank. Largely, these are the gainers. But on the lower side, you have the metals that are weakening. You have Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, all three of them in the weaker spread. You have Trent, that's also down by about 0.5%. Remember, this is the biggest wealth-creating Nifty stock for 2024. HCL Technologies is down by about 0.5%. JSW Energy gaining ground, 5.5% higher. This is after the news that we had shared, the biggest ever acquisition that has taken place for JSW Energy, further fueling the momentum on this one. In the F&O space, you also have Vodafone Idea that's picking up pace on those dues being cleared, and of course some relief coming in on the bank guarantees, as Vodafone has pointed out. Coming to you, Raghavendra, metals is something that I want to discuss with you. They are again very, very volatile. You have consistently maintained that this is the time to look at metal space favorably. Keep some of the stocks on the radar for the new year. How are you really penciling in the volatile moves right now? Are you taking advantage of it, and which are the top stocks that you would look at then?
Sakshi, metal stocks has corrected almost 20-30% from the top.
Yeah.
JSW Steel, Jindal Steel almost 10 to 15% down. These two stocks are looking good. I think these stocks have the strength to hold the lower level, and we have seen a strong rebound from the lower level around 900 and 880 on the JSW Steel, and on the Jindal Steel side we have seen a strong rollover and the bounce from the 900 level. So these two stocks are looking good, I think, and we are betting on JSW Steel and Jindal Steel on the long side, and we believe this stock can touch JSW Steel can touch 990 on the higher side, and Jindal Steel our target is 1000 plus. We are keeping 2% stop loss on the lower side, and we are buying.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a deeper dip into the market. The main indices are in the red. Let's look at the advanced decline ratio. Let's see any interesting themes. Okay, we are on the back foot. 890 stocks are in the green, 1270 are in the red. We track 19 indices for you. Only 4 of them are in the green, and it's just a minor green tick on the Nifty PSU index. There is a heavy red tick on the Nifty Auto Index, the Nifty IT Index. Small cap mid caps are also down. The mid cap select is also down. Metals, energy are also bleeding. Overall, the advanced decline in NSE 500 is just 130 shares in the green and 370 in the red. Are there any intraday highs that we are looking at? Yes, there is a fresh move that has started in delivery. Please keep an eye out. It started at 351 yesterday. Mid last month, and we tracked it from 351 to about 410. The stock is again at 350. Let's look at what are the moves that are coming in. Any all-time highs? Yes. Triveni Engineering 521, 4.3% higher. This is the sugar stock. Lloyd's Metal, another change of digit, now 1205, 2% higher. Any volume buzzers in early trade? JSW Energy, already 100% of 5-day average is traded, 6.2% higher, 665. This was the first stock that I had marked. Shoemaker Campus, in demand, 4% higher, 328, 43% of 5-day average. Cochin Shipyard is here. You have Blue Star, you have Indigene, and you have RR Cabal. So these are the stocks that are in the green and doing pretty well on volumes. Vaishali, what have you noticed?
I think, yes, so these stocks, I think Indigene is a good opportunity to buy at these levels. That is one of the stocks to my liking, because I think it has shown good corrective move and fair value to buy at these levels. And the other stock that I am looking at once again is Triveni Engineering, and along with that even Praj. So these are the stocks which should do well.
Okay, got that. Let's look at Raghavendra, the Adani Group stocks. Anything that catches your attention? Do you think one can again look at some of these stocks, if not all?
Adani Enterprises, given a breakout of 2450, 2420, I think that stock have potential to touch 2600 level on the chart. So definitely one can buy Adani Enterprises with the stop loss of 2450, target 2530 and 2600 level.
Okay, got that. Apart from this, let's also look at some of the other moves that we are seeing in the broader markets then. IndSwift Limited is up by about 9%. You have Jacob that's buzzing in trade. You have JSW Energy, which we have marked 5.5% higher. Are there any other interesting names that are coming in? GMR Power is 5% up in trade right now. Okay, Jyoti CNC, that's interesting. It's up by 2.5% odd as well. Remember, this is one of the stocks that has outperformed in the since its IPO came in, and after that it's risen by about what 300 odd percent, and what we've seen is that the stock is now at 1365, and even now brokerage houses are further initiating fresh positions on this one. Equirius has added an initiate with an ad and a target price of 1450 on this one. They believe that the company has embarked on a large capex plan, including commensurate backward integration to capitalize on India's expanding EMS market. Let's look at this one. Raghavendra, have you studied this stock at all in detail? Do you think this is something that one can still look at after the stupendous rally that's unfolded since its listing?
साक्षी आई थिंक जो टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो ये स्टॉक जो है थोड़ा वीक है अगेन 1360 1370 इज द लेवल जहां से एक दो बार रिवर्स लिया था तो मुझे लगता है थोड़ा इस स्टॉक को अभी अवॉइड करना चाहिए वेट फॉर सम टाइम गेट सम क्लैरिटी और उसके बाद फिर इस स्टॉक में एंट्री करनी चाहिए
There is a lot of activity that's happening in the Triveni group. Sister concern Triveni Turbine, also in top form. Let us see what's ticking there. Triveni Turbine is a mid-sized maker of power motors, 772. Okay, this is 3.7% higher. Maybe a swing trade in the making. There is little volume, but please keep an eye out on this one. Lupin is in top form. 2251, yes. It has had a great week in the previous 5 sessions, and we are now sort of aiming for record highs, which was 2300, which was seen on 10th of October. Raghavendra ji, a view on Lupin?
Sir ji, Lupin is looking good. 2200 was the strong base. वहाँ से रिवर्सल लिया है so मुझे लग रहा है ये थोड़ा सा एक ऊपरी लेवल पे 2320 is the strong hurdle from where the stock can take U-turn बट एक बार वो लेवल क्रॉस करेगा तो मुझे लगता है कि एक अच्छा खासा ब्रेकआउट आएगा सो डेफिनेटली आप ल्यूपिन को बाई कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे विद द स्टॉप लॉस ऑफ 2240 टारगेट इज 2310 2315
Okay, we got that. So that as far as Lupin is concerned, only Pharma now remaining as the top sectoral gainer in the positive side. Rest all of them have slipped. Lupin is up 1.1%. Even the laboratory stocks that are picking up are Alchem, Divis. These are the kind of stocks that are picking up. Ipca Laboratories as well. Let's get Vaishali into this discussion as well. Vaishali, within the healthcare space, what are you really looking at? Is it the frontline pharma stocks? Do diagnostics appeal to you more? Hospital stocks? How are you really approaching this space now? And what will continue to outperform in 2025? We've seen the sector do very well in 2024. So do you think that strength can continue?
So I would say, well, it's stock specific. I would not rule out even the hospital stocks, Apollo Hospital and all. But right now it is the frontline of pharma stocks that are showing strength. So I would focus on those right now.
Okay. Got that. So that's as far as the pharma space is concerned. Let's look at the Nifty next 50 names. What else is picking up pace here? Apart from the Adani Group stocks, we have some of the NBFCs that are doing well, like Cholamandalam Investment, maybe Bajaj Holdings as a holding company is doing well. From the capital goods space, it's Siemens. Zomato is sticking higher, 0.2%. But Ola Electric is actually down in trade today by 2.2%. Some resignations have happened on the top levels and therefore some pressure on this one. Raghavendra ji, among the new age tech stocks, where would you place your bets for the new year?
Zomato, because we can see Zomato and Swiggy, online orders increasing on the occasion of New Year, Christmas, and ये एक हफ्ता चलेगा अभी तो घर बैठ के ऑर्डर करना है आपको मुझे तो दिस इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन एंड आई थिंक शैल जी भी सबसे ज्यादा ऑर्डर यहीं पे करते हैं जहां तक मुझे पता चला है so यही अकेले हैं जो जोमेटो का सेल बढ़ा रहे हैं दिल्ली में so definitely yes मुझे लगता है जोमेटो इज द
मेरे फोन में बोलिए अपने मन की निकालिए राघवेंद्र जी फिर मैं जवाब दूंगा
so जोमेटो मुझे लगता है थोड़ा अच्छा दिख रहा है जोमेटो एंड स्विगी जो जोमेटो में मुझे लगता है कि 300 लेवल आना चाहिए स्विगी आल्सो लुकिंग गुड अभी तो न्यूली कंपनी लिस्टेड, यहाँ से काफी अच्छा मूवमेंट मुझे जो है दिख रहा है स्विगी में भी, तो दोनों स्टॉक के लिए मेरी तरफ से हाँ है।
जी अच्छा, अब एक बात मैं क्लियर कर दूं, मेरे फ़ोन में जोमेटो नहीं है। मैं ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन करने से इतना डरता हूं कि मैं आपको क्या बताऊं। फिर भी मैं आपकी बात से सहमत हूं। खाने पीने में मेरे से आगे कोई है नहीं और वो मेरी सेहत दर्शाती ही है। लेकिन आप देखिए, आप जोमेटो का पेमेंट करेंगे किसी गेटवे से और वो अगर मोबीक्विक है तो वो आपको बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से काम करता हुआ दिख रहा है। यहाँ पर आपके सामने टॉप ट्रेडेड काउंटर एनएससी पे आज 3% ऊपर 647। साथ ही साथ ध्यान दीजिए सेजिलिटी पर, ये कंपनी 30 रुपये का आईपीओ आया था, 27 रुपये पर मिल रही थी करीब 15-20 दिन पहले, और एक जेफरीज की रिपोर्ट आई, वहाँ से एक तरफा चाल। आज 4% ऊपर 55.94। शक्ति पंप्स में ज़बरदस्त शक्ति 4:1 स्टॉक स्प्लिट के बावजूद भी आज 3% ऊपर। ऑल टाइम हाइस कौन कौन से काउंटर्स लगा रहे हैं? हम लोगों ने बात करी त्रिवेणी, सिजिलिटी, शक्ति पर। ई पैक 5% हायर 530.4। ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी है जहां पर आपको अच्छा मूव काफ़ी समय से आता हुआ दिख रहा है। साथ ही साथ आपके सामने एक ठीक ठाक तेज़ी दिख रही है आपको इंडो स्विफ्ट में, जो साक्षी ने मार्क किया 10% ऊपर 31 रुपये 50 पैसे। जय कौर 8% ऊपर 345। ये एक इंटरेस्टिंग ट्रेड बनता हुआ दिख रहा है। वैशाली, एनी व्यू ऑन जय कौर?
I think a very good opportunity. I think it had its positive news also. Technically very well placed. ये level से खरीदा जा सकता है. So I think एक बार anyways it has shown a very good momentum in the beginning of the day only. But और भी ये चल सकता है. 355, 360 can be the next hurdle. वो cross करा तो it's opening way to 400 levels.
Okay, got that. Raghavendra ji, have you been looking at Vodafone at all? With this new DOT waiving of bank guarantees worth 24,800 odd crore rupees, does it breathe any sign of relief for Vodafone Idea, or should one continue to stick with the leader and a sound company with sound financials right there, Bharti Airtel, within the telecom space? How are you approaching this entire sector?
It is time to avoid the idea, because after this news also the stock is hovering around 7.56 and 7.60 level. So there is no hope of rising the stock. So I think stick with the heavyweights in this sector. Bharti Airtel. Bharti Airtel is looking good. Vodafone just avoid for some time. Wait for some more clarity on the management side and debt restructuring. So I don't think there is any upside left in the idea.
Okay, got that.
9:31, the first 15 minutes have lapsed. Continue, Sakshi, continue.
Yes, rightly, Shell. Just wanted to point out some of the stocks which are further gaining ground within the Adani group. Apart from Adani Enterprises, we now have all of the group stocks, in fact, now up and about. Adani Total Gas Power, Adani Energy Solutions, Ambuja Cements, Adani Green. So the entire space is up and about. Just wanted to point that out. On a weaker day, this one is garnering some momentum. Apart from this, let's also look at some of the other buzzing spaces that are garnering more attention. Sundaram Brakes is something that I wanted to point out from the broader markets. I have pointed this out earlier also from the auto ancillary pack. This is again up about 10 odd %. Coming to you, Vaishali, we were discussing the auto space earlier, but auto ancillary is also further picking up pace. Do you think this is one space that one should not avoid at this point?
Well, so Sundaram Break right now also is showing good strength. I think it can be a buy even now with 1200 as support. So I would say cherry pick, I mean, good quality stocks. We spoke about JBM Auto last time. So that also is one of the stocks to my liking. So yes, stock specific should be the way to go.
$9.32. Let's take a dip into the market. There is a fairly decent move coming into a few IT stocks. I'd like to mark Newgen Software, which is 1.2%, sorry, almost 2 percentage point higher, 1653. A fresh move has started into Biocon, 1.6% higher, 358. This is one counter that's been in news than in action, and now up for the 4 days in a row. Vaishali, would you have a view on Biocon? This has been a disappointment for many long-term shareholders, but often gives good moves on technical charts. Your view?
So yes, this has been a quite a laggard, but well, technically, if we were to say, I would say keep a range of 340 as support, and once the stock, if it moves above, because we have seen it's still in the process of higher bottom, and a near-term resistance comes at around 360 levels. So if it sustains about 360, I think gradually we can go towards 380 and 400. So this would be a really a step-by-step strategy for Biocon.
Okay, that's as far as Biocon is concerned right now within the pharma pack. Real estate space for you, Raghavendra ji, are you looking at this one interestingly at this point in time? Do you think with the way macro tech developers, some of these stocks have actually outperformed in this year so far, can continue to be fruitful for investors even in the new year? Should one keep an attention on this space yet again?
Absolutely, Sakshi. I think Lodha developers have delivered a very good, output in last financial year. I think last year. I think this is a time we can definitely look for, more upside in the macrotech developers and DLF and Shobha developers. So I think these three stocks are looking good. So ये तीनों में मुझे सबसे बेस्ट जो लग रहा है वो लोधा, माइक्रोटेक डेवलपर्स एंड देन DLF. So ये दो स्टॉक डेफिनेटली बाई करना चाहिए यहाँ से. Macrotech developers definitely one can keep any stop loss of 1380 and one can buy this stock for 1500. DLF looking good on the chart. 820 is the stop loss. 855, 860 is the target in the near term.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as the real estate space is concerned. Vaishali, your top choices within the real estate pack, what would those be?
So right now, chartically, DLF undoubtedly looks good. But Sakshi, I would like to point one thing. You see the major indices, they are quite under threat. Nifty has not been able to cross the highs. So I think if some selling emerges and if we break 23,500 levels, this could trigger a further downside, going towards 22,500. So I'm not going to be in a hurry. I rather buy a stock when there is a conviction in a trend. So even once if Nifty we see sustaining about 24,200, I guess we would say we are out of the woods. But right now I'm not so confident. There is weakness seen in majors. So if that is so, we may see one more round of selling coming in all these stocks as well. So I would wait it out.
Yeah, I guess we've been so conditioned ourselves to take action on a regular basis that waiting it out on the sidelines becomes an issue. Nevertheless, it's okay to sort of not do anything in while. Sakshi, Masgaon has readjusted to its split now 2.8% lower, 2252. What is also in pain? Asian Paints 0.5% lower. You have how much on Asian Paints? 2260. MRF a bit of a profit booking. There is MRPL and Coromandel International that are also in pain, but it's the wealth management space that is doing a comeback. Look at how BSE is now moving 0.63% higher, 5317. Remember, the most recent high on this one has been somewhere to the tune of 5700. So a bit of a move coming in. Aditya Birla AMC 1.3% higher, 832. NAM India 1% higher. Again, this is Nippon Asset Management, almost 740. You have IEX in the green, CDSL in the green, and Angel One trying to reclaim past glory. So this is how bit gains are seen. Look at Eris Life Sciences. This was a counter that had made an all-time high about 3 weeks ago, 1482, and now showing signs of life again after correcting sharply. 1368 is what I have, 1.55% higher. Sakshi, what are you watching?
I just wanted to also ask Raghavendra, in terms of the banking space particularly, what will you be looking at in the new year? Will it be again the private banks? Will it be yet again the erstwhile favorite PSU banks that will start to outperform? How are you approaching this entire space?
So actually, banking stocks, especially the PSU banks, are looking good, I think,
Okay.
because there's a budget on the first Feb, and
Yes.
I think PSU bank gave a strong rally before the budget, so I'm expecting a very strong upside rally in the all PSU bank. Except that SDFC bank is looking good. It is hovering around 1800 level from past few months, and it is maintaining 1800 level. So I think now SDFC Bank have potential to touch 1900 plus level if we manage to hold 1750, 1720 level. So all these stocks, especially PSU banks, Bank of India, SBI, Bank Baroda, and in private bank SDFC Bank, all these four stocks are looking good.
Okay, got that. Well, we will thank you then, Raghavendra, on that note for being with us in this edition.
Thank you
Once
so much.
again, wishing you a fantastic upcoming 2025. Hope to see you more often with brilliant ideas that you've shared with us and our viewers 2024. So thank you so much for all of that and hoping for many more in the upcoming year. Thank you so much, Raghavendra, for
Thank you
being
so
with
much,
us.
Sakshi.
We will continue our discussion with Vaishali now. Vaishali, same question to you as well. Banking space, where are you keeping your focus? Do you think the erstwhile favorite PSU banks will yet again start to outperform, looking at what the budget may be having to offer?
I would say everything. Banking stocks on the whole should do good. So of course HDFC is the front runner. Besides that, I would like to see Kotak Bank and SBI also to start with. So these three stocks I would definitely be on a lookout. And yeah, so overall it's HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, ICICI Bank in the front line, and I would start with SBI in the PSU.
940, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's Sakshi, just very few stocks that are in the green, and it's the advanced decline that is getting worse, worse, and worse. We started with almost 870 advances. Let us look at it now, just 629. So you can see that sensible investors are using the uptick in the early morning to press sales and book profit. You also need money to party on the new year, so that's one reason probably that they are pulling out money. What else is let us see the top traded in green. We've marked MobiKwik. This is one question I wanted to ask you, Vaishali. Greaves Cotton, a very, very sharp move coming in over the last 1 month or so. Counter is down 1.4%, 277, 278. But what are the medium to long term charts on Greaves Cotton telling you?
I think the stock is doing very well. So today is just a little bit of a sideways move, but I would say continue holding. This can go towards 320, 330. So I am positive on this stock.
Okay, got that.
Okay, and Sakshi, one theme that is running in the market is probably hotel stocks, year enders, parties all around. So you have Lemon Tree 1.2% higher, 152, Taj GVK in the green, Park Hotels 1.3% higher. The others are still sort of in a sideways trend, but this is something that can be looked at. There is a small company called Sami Hotels, SAMHI, 1.3% higher, almost 200. So this is a theme that can be looked into. Sakshi, yours.
Yes, for sure. Hospitality is in focus, and this space could continue to be in trend right now. Looking at the year-end travels across the world, so that could be in focus. Apart from this, some PSU stocks are garnering some strength. Wanted to get your attention on that one, Vaishali. NHPC, REC, PFC, the erstwhile favorites there. Do you think one should keep an attention here at all?
So NHPC, yes, that is one stock which can be considered because it's really beaten down. But well, I think further conviction would come only above 84, 85 levels. So this is one of the stocks, but PFC, REC, I think I would wait. It's not so very convincing right now. But one stock to my liking right now, because that is, which is gradually, I've been observing since last week, is Manappuram Finance. If you have a look at Manappuram Finance, that's steadily, it's making a rounding formation, and I think it is holding on to the levels pretty well. So this is one stock which cannot be missed. I think 180 should act as a support, and gradually this can go. This would be a trading strategy, can go towards 200 to 205.
Okay.
Okay, almost 9:45. We've had the first half an hour of trade. Nifty slipped lower, now down 88. There is intense profit booking on the Nifty IT index. We are now almost a percent lower on IT, which is 400 points on the index on its own. This is a down dip for the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. Let's look at the contributors as far as the Nifty is concerned on its move down 88. What are the stocks that are pulling it lower? Infosys is pulling the Nifty down by 24 points. HCL Tech and TCS about 5-6 points each. HDFC Bank by about 9.5 points. What is pulling the Nifty higher? They are very modest gains. ICICI, Adani Ports and ITC. Nothing much to talk about, but action is coming back into 4 or 5 favorite counters of traders. CDSL, Max and Angel One. All of them have corrected fairly decently, and this is something that can be looked at. A very high beta stock, MCX. We are now at about 63.71 on MCX. This is Sakshi, one interesting data that I must share. This is the most widely held mid-cap stock in equity mutual fund portfolios. So a lot of people are very keen on MCX. Vaishali, what are the charts telling you?
So I think it has gone through a little bit of a consolidation. So as long as 62.50 is held on, and once we see the stock moving above 65.50, I think it's back on track. So long-term trend is intact. Near-term support is 62.50 and needs to cross 6,500 and sustain above that. Then we can see a projection of 6,800 to 7,000 to start with.
Okay.
So I guess it can be a good favorable risk-reward ratio to buy.
Okay, got that. That's the view that's coming in on MCX. We'll keep an eye out on that. Now, let's quickly look at the IPO space as well, viewers, to see what the momentum is getting generated there. Remember, 3 listings will be coming in today. Ventive Hospitality, which got 9.8 times subscription. Sensex Pharma, that got 93 times subscription. And Curaro India, that got over 1 time subscription. Now, for the pre-listing settle price, for Sensex, it's at 593 rupees per share. This indicates a 51 or a 52% premium listing. This is against the issue price of 391 that we could be looking at for Sensex. That got the maximum subscriptions and the demand from all the 3 walks, retail, HNI as well as the QIB portion as well. So that could be looking at an over 51% subscription. 51% premium listing, apologies. Now, apart from this, let's also look at Curaro India. That has settled at 660 rupees. Now, remember, this is against the issue price of 704. So, there could be a 6% discounted listing for Curaro India as far as this one is concerned. For Ventive Hospitality, the stock in the BSE on BSE has settled at 718 odd levels, which actually means that there could be about a 12% premium listing for this one as well. So out of the three, it's Sensex Pharma that could be looking at a positive, a strong listing on this one at this time. So we'll keep an eye out on the IPO space again today. Apart from this, Vaishali, you know, PSU banks, what we were discussing is garnering some strength, 0.2% higher now for the PSU banks. Let's see what is buzzing. Union Bank, Indian Bank, PNB, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Canara Bank, these are the pockets that are buzzing in trade. Vaishali, do you think it makes sense to go beyond an SBI and PNB yet again within the PSU banks at all?
So I would say yes, when we are talking about Union Bank, I think it can be taken as a trade, 116 as a stop loss, and look for a trading strategy of 124, 125. But yes, if you're talking about longer term perspective, I think there's nothing wrong with the trend of these stocks. So yes, a good level to accumulate from here on.
Okay, 9:48, 12 minutes to go before we bring curtains down to the show. Maybe Ireda, again you have a fresh move coming into this one. It's been a disappointing 15 trading sessions for Ireda. We've seen a recent high of 225 and again it slipped all the way back below 200. Please keep an eye out on this one. What else is clicking? You have HUDCO, is it 0.5% higher? Remember, these are stocks again linked to the budget. These are government financing companies. Okay, keep an eye out on HUDCO and Ireda. 10 sessions of selling, and maybe you have some recouping to be done as far as these two are concerned. Please keep an eye out on HUDCO and Ireda. Between these two, Vaishali, your favorite?
I think both are pretty much similar. So HUDCO also, I would say one can start buying. It would confirm a strength if 220 is held on. And from there on, we see a bounce back coming in. That means it's in the process of recovery. But if 220 levels break, then it's again on a downward trajectory. And likewise, even Irida, it has shown quite an oversold and trying to bounce back from those levels. So yes, I would say good to accumulate for long-term perspective, but no conviction right now that yes, there is a sign of a reversal or yes. So Irida can also be watched maybe for an intraday trade also 193, 94 as stop loss and look for a target of 205 to start with.
Okay, got that. Well, there is some more strength coming back into the markets. You can see PSU banks that are that's up 0.4% in trade now, 0.3% of a rally for the real estate space. Pharma is up 0.2%. Metals have improved 0.1% up right now, slight gains coming in. Small caps are also buzzing in trade. Let's look at this space. It will be interesting to look at what's buzzing here. KEC International 3.5% higher. Blue Star is pulling up about 2.2%. Manappuram Finance, I think Vaishali already mentioned. Sterling and Wilson, that's also up by 1.7%. BEML is buzzing in trade. MCX we have discussed. Jupiter Wagons is another one that's also buzzing sharply higher. Olectra Green Tech from the auto ancillary pack is also buzzing about 0.9% higher in trade at 1438. Within the small caps, Vaishali, what catches your attention truly today?
Well, I've not been tracking any right now, so not much.
Not much. Okay. Let's get you the railway pack yet again. I think some gains are coming across the board now, Vaishali. IRFC is pulling up. Jupiter Wagons, I mentioned. I think Triveni Turbine was marked by, Shell already. This entire space seems to be garnering some more strength. What's your top favorite within the railways pack?
So Jupiter Wagon, I repeatedly recommend this, and I think it is still a good buying opportunity from here on also. And in between also, we had recommended probably at these levels, and we saw a good surge coming towards 580, 590. So I guess even now it should be a good buying opportunity, and again look for a 590. And long-term perspective, once we see the stock moving above 600 levels, it's ready for 660. So it's good long-term buy also from here on.
I think one interesting stock is Campus. A recent low was 280. This was on 23rd of December, and from 280 over the last 5 sessions, it's at 335. Today the volume blast is huge. You have 335 shares in the offing, and if I'm not mistaken, it's also crossed its 200-day moving average. All-time high or most recent high was 370 that we saw in late September. So I don't track this stock, but I am just marking a volume burst and a price as far as markets are concerned. Please keep an eye out on this one. Usual stocks like JM Financial are moving. You have ITI. These were erstwhile favorites for traders. Flash in the pan. Remember, ITI moved from 340 to 410 in a span of 3-4 trading sessions. Now back at about 340 or something. So these are the favorites that are there as far as trade is concerned. Otherwise, it's very light. Sakshi.
Yes, 9:54. We will be now winding up the morning edition. It's seemed to be improving, but let's see how it really pans out. The India VIX is still 2.5% higher, 13.5 odd levels. What is buzzing on the Nifty? You have Adani stocks, Shriram Finance, Ultratech Cement, ICICI Bank, Apollo Hospitals, Bajaj Finance. That's buzzing in trade. On the lower side, some IT stocks have slipped. Wipro, Infosys, that's down. Trent is down. Maruti, Titan. Some of these stocks are actually on the lower side. But broader markets, you can see some buying action emerging as well. On the mid caps front, you have Biocon, you have Phoenix Mills, IRB Infra, Irida, Alchem Labs, Polycab, Muthoot Finance, Indus Towers, some of these stocks that are buzzing in the broader markets right there. FNO space, you have JSW Energy clearly that's pulling up. Vaishali, should one carry on the move here and catch the momentum, JSW Energy?
I would say yes, it is quite, it's holding on very well, and I think it should continue to do well. So, yes, there is still a lot of scope on upside, but today's low should be taken as a stop loss, because if you're getting into the trade now, because it's a big gap up opening. And I think if we see one more round of momentum setting in, it can go towards once again 680 and so on. So I guess, yes, it's a hold. And if you have to buy, keep a stop loss.
Okay, got that. That's the view coming in on this space. Share.
9:55. Actually, there is very little to say. There is very little to say because it's a low volume trade. Let me just give you a very interesting statistics in the Nifty in terms.
In fact, one stock which we often talk about is Paytm.
Yes, yes, Vaishali.
So Paytm is also doing very well. It is continuing to do well. So I think near-term support acts at 950 levels, and currently it's at, I think, 1022. Yeah, 1019. I guess this should continue and go towards higher levels of 1100 and so on. So this is one of the stocks which has got its trend intact.
Okay, trend is intact on Paytm, can move towards 1100 and beyond. We'll keep an eye out on that. Defense is further garnering momentum. Look at stocks like Balchan Nagar Industries, 8% higher now. Apollo Microsystems is up by 5.5% higher as well. Any newer stocks on the defense space that you will look at now to carry on the trade?
So yes, Valchan Nagar is another stock to my liking. We have seen a gradual up move coming in, and I think this is good for a takeoff to go towards 340 to start with. So yes, this is one of the stocks which looks quite positive.
Okay, got that. We'll mark some other stocks that are garnering some strength. Let's look at some more moves that are coming in on the broader markets. You have Gala Precision Engineering again on the move, 7.5% higher. Bliss GVS Pharma, that's up 6.5%. Then you also have stocks like ITI Limited is up by about 6 odd percent again. Inox Green Energy is moving up as well. Campus has been marked by Shell already. Anu Pharma, that's also buzzing in trade in the broader markets, about 6 odd percent higher. These are the stocks that are actually garnering some more momentum after the initial 50 minutes of trade have taken place. Just wanted to ask you, Vaishali, on this solar and renewable energy space, are you looking at anything? We marked SW Solar again after some consolidation is picking up. Inox Green is picking up. What is your attention on right now?
So I think Inox Green, this is one of the stocks which I have been looking at, and I'll just tell you the levels. One moment.
Sure.
Yeah, so Inox Green looks quite promising from here. One can buy this stock with 160 acts as a very good support, and near-term resistance comes at around 185, 186. So I think for a longer-term perspective also, this stock can go towards 220. So this is one of the stocks which I constantly track.
Okay, got that. All right, we'll start winding up the trade now. Many thanks, Vaishali, for being with us and yet again wishing you a very happy upcoming 2025. Hope to see you more often to continue to bring in strength and cheer like you always do on our screens as well as on the markets. Thank you so much.
Thank you and best wishes to both of you. Thanks again.
All right, thank you so much. We'll start winding up now. The morning edition, 23,742. Now about 70 points lower in trade. It's the broader markets that are garnering some strength, and therefore a lot of stock-specific move is being seen, but it's been volatile in the morning trade itself. We'll have to see how it really pans out. But this is also the day when viewers, you look at the IPO space. 3 listings coming up very, very soon on your screens. Ventive Hospitality, Senores is actually looking at a strongest listing right there. So let's keep an eye out on that. And Carraro is looking at a discounted listing. But even beyond that, we will continue to get you fascinating insights from top market masters on how to prep yourself for the upcoming 2025 in your investment journey and in your stock market journey as well. Many thanks for being with us on the morning edition. Stay tuned for a lot more coming up on your screens. Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the year-end special edition on Business Today and on Market Today as well. It's that time of the year when all of us are